Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final episode of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, Reignited. I'm Pumpkinhead Nox, and before we confront Ripto to finally end this thing, we're first going to go back to the worlds of Avalor to collect the remaining orbs that we haven't managed to get yet, starting right here with Idle Springs. And as I'm recording this, I'm using the same recording method I did in the last video with Canyon Speedway, where the gameplay you're seeing right now is pre-recorded, while my commentary was added later on, so I'm not reacting to the gameplay as if I was playing it myself. Instead, I'm just kind of reacting to the footage I recorded. Yep, just had to skip that cutscene real quick, because we've seen it already. But yeah. And to access this the final challenge right here, you need to get the swim ability, I think all you have to get is the swim ability just to actually access the area. And I think nope, there's still a handful of gems left to collect.
I've been locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idleheads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us. The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a very simple way to solve this puzzle, but wasn't really paying too much attention to how I did it just to try to get it to work. But in the meantime, as you guys just kind of seeing me watch me try to struggle just to finish this pretty simple puzzle, I want to kind of try to explain more about the recording method I used and where it kind of went wrong. For the first issue I have with it though is that I can't really hear the gameplay that's going on right now as I'm trying to record my audio. Everything you guys are hearing, I cannot hear it whatsoever. Which is kind of a bit strange to do. Actually, it's actually really strange to try to do commentary over gameplay that you're not actively playing. I mean, it's not really... I do have a bit of a hard time actually doing the commentary and playing the game at the same time, but this is kind of more of a more weird feeling, though. I kind of feel like I can just practicing doing it like this more. I feel like I can get the hang of it, but won't make too much of a habit out of doing recording like this. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Yep, and this is where I finally found out how to solve it.
Wow, Spyro, you did it! I knew you could do it. Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure the only thing I need to learn to access this challenge is just the swim ability, because I'm pretty sure the other 2 challenges after this one are just jumping onto a certain platform / flaming these fish right here. And before I do that, I was going to go ahead and collect the remainder of these gems, so I can 100% the level, not just the orb count, but also the gem count. Alright, and there we go. Got all the gems for Idle Springs. And I just finished off getting the orb.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
Okay, and this one's pretty simple. All you gotta do is just feed him blue or yellow fish. Just avoid feeding him any red fish. So yeah, just gotta keep your eye on the lower left corner right there, and then just flame when you see yellow or blue. Nothing too complicated about that. Yeah, something else I found out that kind of threw me off when I started using this recording style is that apparently there's some limit to how many times I can actually record it. Like, I have no idea how long I can actually record the audio right here, so so if you guys kind of just find me suddenly being oddly quiet, then the main reason is because I kind of reached my commentary limit, as you might say. Like, so far I'm about to approach 5 minutes of straight-up commentary. I think it's a weird way for this thing to work, because I think I started 6 different recordings on one video, but it said, when I tried to do a 7th, it said, no, you can't meet your maximum. And all those recordings are like different lengths of time, but I'm wondering if it's just the amount of recordings I do, or just maybe, yeah, maybe that's just it. I really hope it's not going to be just how much time I'm using on recording my voice. Yep, I probably should just skip ahead right here, like I'm going to do later on. But I was more focused on actually trying to cut to the next levels instead of actually cutting to the same level, because this is actually the longest amount of time
On these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the
a
first
single
one is.
challenge goes
It's up
on
to
for.
you to figure the rest out.
Okay, I think the way this one works is he
Jump off.
jumps on one of the stones, and I believe you have to jump on the next one you jump off. You have to match it in some way, like first it's a star, then I jump on the star, and that star's on this. I think it was like, how many? Let's call it octagon stand. Though that I stepped on the octagon stand, but I think since that was a red shape, I jumped on. I had to jump on the red shape, and then I think I made it. Oh yeah. And since that was a moon shape, yeah. You guys know what I'm trying to say, though, right?
Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon. All
But
I
with
have
now-
to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
And with that, we have now completed the entirety of Idle Springs. And now, just real quick, we're going to transition over to Turtle Beach now. And right about now. Yep, and here we are. Now on to the chef and turtle soup side mission for Sunny Beach.
Hello, young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him?
Yeah. There's actually a pretty funny thing about this side mission right here.
Your turtle friends will make a very good soup if I can catch them. You can try to save them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Yeah. I think this mission's kind of one of the more infamous missions, unintentional infamous missions throughout the whole game, because I think what people usually do, they try to flame the turtles away from the cauldron, not knowing they should get them into the body of water right here. And most of the time, they don't really realize you can just head bash them or charge them into the water. Oh, I almost messed up right there. I think you can actually knock them into the cauldron if you're not careful.
Few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
Right, that's the first orb. And now on to the second one.
If you step any closer to the pot, I'll start ringing my bell again.
I'm kind of wondering why these turtles are just trying to run towards the cauldron. Like, did he put some sort of special turtle bait in there to try and get them to run in there faster? Or what make them want to jump into the cauldron? I don't know, it's just kind of weird that they're trying to actively try to make themselves into soup. Yeah, see, notice how slower the turtles would go if you just flame them, but charging right into them, it makes them go a lot faster. And it's a little strategy I try to do with the one that comes out of the middle right there, is try to flame them over to the side a little bit and then charge right into them. Yep. I'm pretty sure a lot of people had a lot of trouble with this mission when they first played it, not knowing that you can actually do it in a very simple way like this. Oh, get in there. Yep, that was the last one.
You saved every turtle on the beach. Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Alright, and with this orb, now we have all the orbs for Sunny Beach, but we're not done yet because we also still need to complete getting all the gems. And yep, they're in that side of the pool that we knocked the turtles into. And with that, we now have 100% level complete for Sunny Beach. Now on to Fracture Hills, I believe. Yes, Fracture Hills. They're probably the most infamous set of missions in the whole game. Yep, the Hunter/Alchemist level, or mission.
Just stand still, he says.
Which again, Hunter, you don't even have boots on, so why are you... How'd you get in this situation to begin with?
Sore eyes? I'd appreciate it mightily if you could locate that alchemist. He owes me a favor.
Yep.
I've been experimenting with a new potion. I'd like to try it out, but the Earth Shapers have made going out a bit difficult. Could you kindly offer me an escort? Great! Just keep those Earth Shapers away from me, and I'll take this potion to Hunter.
Okay, yeah, so we gotta do a... This is basically an escort mission for the Alchemist, and... As you're about to see in a second, the reason why this mission is so hated amongst the Spyro community is because... The Alchemist, for whatever reason, even though Hunter's right next door to his house, he just refuses to take that simple path and just walks all over this area full of Earth Shapers. As we're about to see in a second, he just takes some wildly odd pathways away from us. Like, hold on, I wonder, right here. Yeah, I think he has a clear shot over to Hunter, right there. But no, he just moves right out of that direction and goes, oh yeah, right there. You saw that, right? Like, he just randomly. Even though he had a straight shot earlier, though, he decided to not say, no, I'm not going to go there. They decided to go to a different direction, but changed his mind and said, nah, I think that previous path was much better. But yeah, here we are.
Man, do my feet feel better. Would you look after this for me?
Yeah, and the following mission isn't too bad, but if you don't have a certain skill, you're not going to be able to do it, which means...
You're here, would you like to help me take out these stubborn Earth Shapers?
Yeah, taking out the Earth Shapers.
All right. When I shoot an Earth Shaper with an arrow, you head bash him before he gets back up. Remember, head bash by jumping and then pressing the action button.
Okay, yeah. So this mission, it's not a bad mission at all. But the only problem with it, if you didn't have the head bash ability when you complete the Alchemist side mission, then you would have to be forced to come back here at a later date to finish the Alchemist side mission again, so you can get another attempt at this mission once you get the head bash move. But I do really like this side mission because it's one of the rare times that you and Hunter get to team up to take out some enemies, and it is very satisfying for him to shoot lightning at the Earth Shapers and you can just bash him into pieces.
We make a great team. Here, I was gonna give this to the Alchemist, but I'm a bit annoyed at him at the moment.
Alright, and with that, that's all of Fractured Hills complete, and yeah, I really do wish there were more moments like that between me and Hunter instead of those freaking, like, competition type submissions. But more missions of us just teaming up to take out the bad guys together.
I really thought my potion would turn that rock into gold. Perhaps a touch more salt.
But yeah, he just repeats the same thing. And who knows. But yep. I believe there's only one more level we need to visit, and I believe that's Shady Oasis to complete the... Well, yep. And since we have the head bash move, we can now break open this chest, get all the remaining gems for this level, and complete the final side mission for the...
Wait,
And it was this level this mission right here that kind of made me
Follow my lead.
not like the structure of some of these challenges. Like,
And remember, jump and
yeah, this right here is not a hard mission to complete, but you're forced to just like come back later and just do it once you get a certain skill, acquire a certain skill, which I don't know. I don't really think it's really worth doing it all that much unless you just want to get 100% completion, like I usually like to do with these games.
thanks for freeing us. All I have to give you is this thingy I found. At least it's not a rock.
Alright, and with that, Shady Oasis is finally completed, which means all levels throughout the game are now completed too. And now... here we are, guys. The final boss. The figurative big man himself, Ripto.
Spyro, now that you've got the orbs, Ripto's demise is only moments away, right? Right? Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
Alright, let's do this, guys. Let's finish out the game.
Yeah. Come back here, you useless animals!
Hey, Shorty, maybe I can help.
What? You again?
Yup. If you want to test that power crystal, why don't you try it on me? I'll stand still, I promise.
I like that idea. Dragon, you've just sealed your fate.
Alright, let's do this now. And there he is. Ripto. And sorry about the noise you guys are probably hearing. That was me adjusting my chair.
Spyro, we want to help you fight Ripto. Elora is using the orbs you collected to store power-up energy. Hunter will throw the powered-up orbs to you as they become ready. Even as we speak, the professor is experimenting with new forms of power-up energy, so you'll soon have abilities that no one has ever seen before.
Okay, and just like with the Gulf fight, I kind of want to show off everything that Ripto has. Like, here's his basic attack right here, where he'll just fire off some basic energy blasts from his scepter. Yeah, this is a cool little aspect about the fight where basically me and Ripto have to like race each other to gather up the orbs before one gather more power orbs than the other. We can just use its power against us. And I'm going to try and just go ahead and let him use this last orb if he ever picks it up. And he picked up a set of red orbs, which I remember. Oh yeah, and it caused him to do like a, what would you call that? Like a ground level attack. And now since I picked up all the green orbs, look at that. In the process, he picked up a red orb. I get these bomb attacks, which I have completely missed and didn't hit him with anything. And now he's got all the blue power-ups, which allows him to have a blue force field and chase me down with it. And I think the only thing I haven't let him get so far is the green power-up, so I'm just trying to let him pick it up, and hold on. Go ahead, Ripto, pick it up. No. First, I'm going to dodge out of his attack radius first. I think this is actually the trickiest part to avoid from him. Like, he just fires energy blasts all over the arena, and it's kind of hard to tell. Sometimes getting him to just back off away from them. And the power-up that I'll get once I collect all the blue power-up orbs is I get Supercharge. Oh, and look, he did manage to get a hit on me. Oh, and he also managed to pick up enough orbs, and so did I. But since... And I kind of lost track of him for a second. But yeah, so far this is his first phase is a pretty entertaining fight where we have to like. I already explained this. I'm not gonna repeat myself again, guys. Don't worry. I tried. I tried to beat him to it, but you know he beat me to it. And he's just gathering up all the orbs so far. Oh, and he picked up the green orb again. And somehow I miraculously managed to dodge his attack. And with all the red orbs, I get my Super Flame power up. Oh yeah, and here we go, phase 2, where he summons up a mechanical version of Gulp. And this time the Mecha Gulp can actually swallow the power orbs himself. And he has much different attacks than Ripto himself has. But for the time being, he's just gonna continue just firing at me with his own scepter shots, and there he goes getting me with one of them. Yeah, I was waiting for him to actually grab one of the orbs, but I think he just wants to be more preoccupied with hitting me with his own attacks, so he doesn't really focus on the orbs. Let's see if I actually go for him this time. Oh, yep, I think he's about to collect a red orb. And I'm trying to remember what his attack was. I think it's like a heat-seeking or homing attack, where the only way to avoid it is to try to get to hit Ripto in the Mecha Gulp before it can actually hit you. I really want him to eat all the orbs, all different versions of the orbs, so I can actually see what his next power-up will be, which I think he'll do with these blue orbs. Let's go ahead and pick up the red. And kind of similar to Ripto's green orb attack, looks like, oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like Mecha Gulp will fire multiple energy balls into the air that they'll land all over the arena, while at the same time Ripto still spams his scepter attacks at you. I just gotta wait for Hunter to throw down another orb or some sort of health pickup. And sadly, I don't really think. Yeah. I try to. We never really saw what he could do with the green orbs. Yeah, the green orbs, but he just would not pick them up. I just had to pick up the orbs myself to take him out, and now, this time, it's time for our aerial dogfight. And this one's a bit more trickier than the other two phases. And mainly because I think aspects of Ripto's, his energy beam attacks, they can be somewhat homing, also a homing attack too. So you gotta be careful on where you're positioned at, otherwise he can get some very easy hits on you. Yeah, just gotta focus where he's at. And of course, as he gets lower, as his health gets lower and lower, he starts flying around more erratically, like behind the castle walls, which I can't do myself for some reason. Let's see if we can get him right here. And no, not quite. But nope, we got him right there. And with that, Avalor has been freed from Ripto's wrath, or his rage.
Hey!
I don't think we could ever thank you enough, Spyro. I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I'd better. They'll be missing me in the Dragon Worlds, and I've still got a vacation to take. I need it more than ever now.
Before you go, I think that Moneybags has something he wants to give you.
I most certainly do not.
Hunter? Spyro, Moneybags is very sorry that he made you pay so much on your way through Avalor. We want you to keep the gems as a reward for helping us.
Wow, thanks. Sparks, can you grab them?
Let me just type in the new coordinates and there. Spyro, you can now go to Dragon Shores.
Hey, why don't you guys come with me? I bet you could use a holiday.
I'm afraid we can't, Spyro. Ripto may be gone, but he caused a lot of damage during his short stay. We'll be cleaning up for weeks. Just remember, though, that you can always get back to Avalor from Dragon Shores if you want to visit.
Well, okay. Come on, Sparks. We got a lot of vacation to catch up on.
Yeah.
And alright. And alright, guys, that almost wraps up Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Almost, because there's still one more level we need to go through, but before we get there, as a credits roll, let me just try to compose my thoughts real quick and just explain all the positives that this game brought out, though, like what were its biggest strengths and what some of its biggest weaknesses are. First of all, its immediate strengths is that the levels themselves actually feel like I really like how they included NPCs that we could talk to, that we could interact with, that have more personality than the kind of somewhat barren dragon worlds from the last game. I kind of like the extra abilities we can get, like head bash, swim, climb, all of that, which leads to much bigger and better platforming abilities. I like the power-up system, where if we defeat just enough yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still trying. Even when I'm trying to pre-record it, I still have some issues talking, but I do like the extra power-ups that we get throughout the game, like Supercharge, Super Flame Breath. What else was there? Another one I think of was that Super Jump, which honestly I think it's kind of more. That one's a bit more lame than any of the other power-ups. Okay, unlimited flight for a short amount of time. That's also a really good one. And boss fight. Yeah, the boss fights were a major improvement over the last game, where in the last game they were basically just like a single attack, and that's easy to avoid, and very easy to hit themselves. Like a boss fight from Spyro 1 could last for like a minute and a half straight. If I'm being generous, that's putting it generously, they are just very kind of pathetically easy. But here, the boss fights, they can actually be pretty challenging if you're not on your toes. Like they require actual strategy to beat. And let's see here, what else? What else is there? Man. I also do like the characters a lot more. Well, a lot more of the side characters too. Like Hunter, for all of his faults, though, he is actually. I think about the Hunter from Spyro 3, but really not too much here in Spyro 2. Like he's okay here, but again, he just doesn't really do all that much to actually help us on our journey. I think the only thing he does I can kind of recall him helping us out with is being kind of a tutorial guide, and that one moment in Fracture Hills where we could just destroy all the Earth Shapers. But other than that, he mainly just kind of comes off as someone who's trying to challenge us to like test our skills and all that type of stuff. But I kind of preferred I kind of wish he was a lot more helpful to us on our actual mission. But don't worry, in Spyro 3, that's remedied a lot better. And of course, I think Moneybags is a great, like, non-official antagonist for this series, but because, like we just experienced out this whole playthrough, he'll just brick wall progress for us if we don't have enough gems for him, and he'll force us to just fork over as much gems as possible for even the most benign reasons, to like opening a portal or opening a door, or opening a bridge or something like that. But so far, those are the positives, like the things I think this game does super well at. I think kind of some of the negatives, like I said, I really don't like how there's some challenges, like side missions in the levels, that you can't complete immediately. You have to like require a certain skill to go back later to complete that side mission. Because when you go back to the level, you're gonna have to go through certain sections of that level again, just so you can then get to that side mission. I kind of wish that instead of just a single mission, you could actually unlock another area of the level, like another big open area that you couldn't access earlier because you just didn't have the skills to get to it yet. I think that would have been a much better, like, skill progression type thing, except for those. I'm losing track of my mind process again. But you guys know what I'm saying, though, right? And Ripto himself, the only thing, I think he is kind of an improvement over Nasty Nork as a villain, because well, in one way, he has more personality than Nasty does. He's like a greedy, conquering warlord, or I say conquering and warlord with air quotes, because he does have more personality than Nasty Nork, but at the same time, he really does not do anything whatsoever throughout this whole game. Like, if you really pay attention, all he does is kind of conquer the castle, because that's not really a great feat itself, because Moneybags is the only one who's ever in those castles. He just conquers the castles and sets a base there, but throughout the levels in Avalor, the worlds of Avalor, a lot of the problems that are plaguing those areas is mostly just self-inflicted by the other residents, or yeah, mainly by the other residents themselves. They're just having infighting issues. So I do wish that Ripto had a bit more of a, like, more menacing presence throughout the game. But again, like I said, he has a lot more personality than Nasty Nork did, who we barely got any from the last game. Let's see here, any other criticisms I can think of? Not too many though. Like I said, just overall, Spyro 2, it is a massive improvement in my opinion over Spyro 1. Like, we still have the fun platforming there's still fun platforming from Spyro 1, but with added some more challenges to it, both like mission-based challenges / more platforming challenges, as well as more power-ups that we can access to complete those said missions. Some actual boss fights that feel fulfilling to actually beat, unlike the ones with the last game. But yeah, I'm just gonna let the remainder of the credits roll real quick, and then we'll complete the final level of Spyro 2. Alright, and here we are, guys. Dragon Shores. The place where Spyro is meant to go to all along. And his reward for completing or saving Avalor.
Well done, Spyro. Step right into Dragon Shores Park. By the way, if you win 10 tokens, you can visit our theater.
Alright. And now... the mini games around here. First up, let's try this one right here.
Shores Coaster. Here at the Shores, we don't just ride, though. If you can pop all the balloons on the track, a token is waiting for you.
I just now remember that all these guys, all the showmans around here, look like they're all
Watch out
Norks.
for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
Yeah, okay, so this one right here, all we have to do is kind of similar to the trolley mission from Breeze Harbor. We're in control of this coaster where we have to maneuver and jump over obstacles that's in our way and pop all the balloons as we go along. If I remember correctly, there's only
Ow! That looked like it hurt. Care for another
yeah, I completely forgot about that too.
Watch out for the other coasters.
Yeah, that balloon kind of obscured my vision a little bit, so I couldn't really see that oncoming coaster. But yeah, it kind of looks like the Norks from the last game, some of them at least, have turned over a new leaf since we defeated their previous leader, Nasty Nork, and now they've been entrusted in being in charge of a place called Dragon Shores. So I don't know how exactly well they're running it though, by the looks of this coaster.
Good job, Dragon. Here's a token for you.
Alright, and here's our first token.
All right. I'll flip this switch, and now you can ride more tracks. See if you can pop the balloons on these tracks too. Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how good of a job they're actually running this place, because remember they are not only there's other they have two different sets of coasters that are running in this in opposite directions, like that right there, where one's going in one direction, the other one's going the exact opposite, which is a very good risk of collisions like I just did earlier. Plus, there's little infants who are just on the track. But of course, if you run into them, only your cart will be destroyed. So, I guess those infants are a lot tougher than one would think. But still, that's kind of an irresponsible thing to do. With kind of somewhat poorly designed / poorly maintained roller coaster track. I mean, good for a platform, but not really good for practical use. Right, now just on to the last 9. And I believe after this, there's only one more coaster challenge. And you guys want to take a guess on what the added challenge is going to be?
Hey, not bad. Here's another token. There's one more run. You're on a roll. This time you'll need to use the cannon installed
Yep,
on your car.
it's going to be just like the trolley where we have a cannon attached to our car.
Watch out for the other coasters out.
And unfortunately, we can't blow the other riders off the track by firing at them. Just now occurred to me, how does Spyro stay in that thing? He's not strapped in, he's just riding along on the coaster, like no seatbelt, no nothing. So realistically, if he was riding that thing, he would have just flown right off the second it started, or it started gaining speed. Oh, and I missed that one. Yeah, it's a lot easier to miss those balloons when you're right in the middle of making a turn, trying to time the shots just perfectly. I think... Yep, got it that time. Unfortunately, I didn't notice I got it. I got it because sometimes I used to do that sometimes where I would wonder if I actually got the shot in the balloons or not. Well, of course I did not get that one. And that'll be the final one to get. And there we go.
Wow, you're a natural. You've conquered the coaster. Here's my last token. Want to ride the coaster just for fun? You know, roller coasters aren't for everyone. Come on back again.
What do you mean they're not for everyone? You just said to me I've conquered the coaster. And here's a very simple one. The Tunnel of Love, it looks like.
Free! You pay no money down and make no monthly payments. In return, I'll give you one token. One is all I can give, but you can ride as many times as you'd like. Hop aboard, my friend.
Yep, nothing but just a simple, relaxing ride. I can enjoy with some of the other characters from the game, throughout the game. There's me. Wait. Okay, those were two baby turtles, right? Okay, maybe they're just having... Those other characters are babysitting. Maybe that's all it was. Yeah, let's just say it was that.
As promised, here's your one token. When you have 10 tokens, try visiting the Dragon Shores Theater.
Alright, that was a nice, simple little ride along.
Hiya, Spyro. I hear you're...
Oh yeah, here we go. A shooting gallery.
Try my shooting gallery. Okay, I'll set the timer for you.
And the first one's not too hard, just gotta shoot these ducks right here. Yep, nothing too complicated.
Nice shooting. Here's a token. Ready for the next round?
And if only John Marston had Spyro along with him for the ride.
Okay, I'll set the timer for you.
Oh yeah, and this right here seems like a proper punishment for the water workers too. They try all sorts of messed up stuff like trying to make baby sea turtles into soup, try to enslave them.
Nice shooting. Here's a token.
They cruelly mock the residents of Aquaria Towers by also conquering their land.
Next round.
So now they get to be used as target practice for a shooting gallery. I say that's more than a fair punishment for them. Don't know about these guys though, because I'm pretty sure they're just they're just looking for food to eat.
Great. Here is my last token. Come on back anytime, Spyro.
Alright, thank you, sir. I believe that's 7. I believe there's only one more minigame left, and oh yeah, and since I 100% completed the game prior, I unlocked that door.
Right up, Spyro, and take a look at what we've got for you today. Inside this here booth, you'll find some of the most vicious creatures you've ever seen. Here's a baseball to spit, sport. Take aim, shoot at the target, and watch as the terrifying creatures fall into the water below. But don't worry, you won't hurt them.
Huh. Looks like the Yeti made that Yeti made that
Hey,
out
that
okay.
was pretty funny, wasn't it? Take this token for being such a good shot.
Considering it took like a building-sized tiki on top of it.
Have another shot if you want, kid.
It's also nice to see that the Earthshapers are being good sports now.
This is pretty easy, isn't it? Have another one of these tokens. Have another shot if you want, kid.
Yep. And it looks like since we foiled the chef's plans, he now has a new job as a dunk tank
You
tank
really are a great shot. Take this. It's my last token.
dummy.
Have another shot if you want, kid.
Nah, I think I'm good now. Oh, actually, no, I'm not.
Good shot. But I'm clean out of tokens. Keep shooting if you want.
Yeah, I think that's all the tokens we could have collected, and now, with that, we can go into the movie theater now, which allows us to... actually... Yep, I'm pretty sure it's all 100% complete past me.
Well, Spyro, it's your lucky day. You've managed to win enough tokens to enter the famous Dragon Shores Theater. Go on in and enjoy the show.
But yeah, the movie theater, it allows us to see all the cutscenes that we've unlocked throughout the whole game. And that's all. I tried to get a good look at this poster, which I'm pretty sure is a whole poster for the Spyro Reading Night trilogy. I believe, yeah. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, there's that, plus since I 100% completed the game, I unlocked this little gate over here that gives me access to a permanent Super Flame, which I thought I was going to get once I walk through it, but I think because... Yeah, as I'm doing it right now, I'm not really shooting any Super Flames right now, but I think it's because in a previous playthrough, I turned off the Super Flame cheat, which I think that's what that gate does right there. It activates a cheat, but since I deactivated last time, I no longer have it. But yeah. With all that, that's all of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Everything is 100% complete, as well as the bonus level. So, just kind of want to thank you guys for sticking by watching. If you did stick by throughout the whole thing, from the very beginning. And don't worry, the next playthrough won't be Spyro 3 because I want to get some horror games recorded real quick in time for Halloween season before I have to leave for a few weeks. So, there's that to look forward to, but once again, thank you guys. I'm Pumpkinhead Knox, and I hope you guys have a good one. Oh, let's heal Sparks real quick. Alright, there we go. And I'll say it again. Have a good one. ×2.